Man, that movie was good. I have so many things I'm feeling about this movie. I'm glad I was able to sleep and rest on the movie because my first rating that I gave it is much different than how I'm feeling now. So let's go ahead and get into it, man. So Spider-Man Brand New Day. This is the Tom Holland Spider-Man movie I have been waiting for. This has to be one of the most relatable superhero movies I've seen in a while. They focus so much on balancing Peter Parker and Spider-Man, but to be honest with you, I felt like this was more of a Peter Parker movie than it was a Spider-Man movie, and let me explain that. The action scenes were intense and aggressive, but the story really focused on finding yourself and knowing yourself, and not being consumed by your work or your job. The hardships that come with change and understanding and knowing how to confront those changes. That is the main lesson that I took from this movie, and that's what just made it so relatable for me. There's like so many nods to Spider-Man 2, and to be honest with you, this is the most introspective Spider-Man movie since that movie. That Spider-Man versus the Hand fight was one of the best Spider-Man fight scenes I've seen in a while. That is up there for me. I was thinking about the other Spider-Man fight scenes I've seen in other movies. That one's up. Like, I'm telling you, that scene was fire. It's so balanced because the colors in the movie popped so well, but they meshed well with the grayness that was in the movie. Like the lack of color that was in certain scenes, like everything just really just came to a well mixed solution, if you get what I'm saying here. Like visually, this movie could do no wrong whatsoever. We finally get him swinging through the city of New York. Like, we've been wanting to see that for years with Tom Holland. The inspiration from the games are felt so much, and you can just see it clear as day, especially when he's fighting Scorpion. Like, he fucked up Scorpion bad. You could tell the choreographers were really taking just big inspirations from the game. Like, just really dope. Dude, like, I really couldn't find much wrong with this movie. Sure, it does have some things wrong with it that I'll get into, but aside from that, man, this was damn near a perfect movie. I'm not gonna hold you. If I was a native New Yorker, I would just feel a great sense of pride watching this film because this movie just captures the beauty of that city, and the city of New York itself is shown in a much different way that I've ever seen in any Spider-Man movie. It's like the city was a character itself. I think they just did a really good job. I really can't get over how visually great this movie was. Now let's get to some of these side character cameos I want to talk about. Punisher's scenes are so necessary in this movie given the small amount of screen time that he has. It's just so efficient with what they do with him. And sure, did they tone down his grittiness a bit as far as like him actually killing anyone? Yeah, sure, they did. Out of all the added heroes, Punisher's scenes just made the most sense to me. I cannot see this movie being done without him. I really just couldn't. Punisher served the role as being an uncle to Peter, being a friend to Peter, and him and Peter kind of parallel each other as far as that sense of loneliness. It's just cool how at the end of the film, they both kind of recognize how they do kind of need, you know, other people in their lives to help drive them. You can't necessarily just do this thing alone. Hulk's role in this film was pretty dope as well. It's good seeing Hulk being Hulk again after so long. We got to give some credit to the CGI team that did the visual effects on Hulk. That is the best I've seen Hulk in a movie. He has not looked better since, and we haven't seen him since Endgame. I really hope Marvel can do a solid movie for Hulk at some point. I am growing tired of Hulk being more so like the strength calibrator of movies rather him just being Hulk. And don't get me wrong, he was Hulk in this movie, but again, Hulk is always used as more so as a balancing scale for strength, and I won't say he was that in this movie per se, but what he was used for made sense. Like, same thing with Punisher. It made sense what he was used for, so I'm glad he was incorporated into this film. Now, time to address the spoiler. Listen, if you haven't seen the movie, go ahead and leave. I'm about to get into it, so alright, let's get into it. Sadie Sink being Jean Grey was a surprise for me. I didn't really want to believe the rumors because it just didn't make sense to me to have Jean Grey in this Spider-Man movie. I have a lot of questions regarding how this Jean Grey really fits into the larger scale that is the MCU being introduced in this way in this film. It's just really kind of like, that's interesting. How does this move forward? Like, with the X-Men being in other universes and Jean Grey in this one, how does this all come together? So it definitely left me curious, I will say. But as far as just the movie itself, Sadie Sink plays Jean Grey pretty well. She was very convincing. It was very believable. This is my first time seeing Sadie Sink in a role like this, or just period, and she acted well. So I got to give her kudos to that. Her motivation as an antagonist made sense, and she didn't feel forced. That's what I was just worried about with this movie, with it being Jean Grey. How does this make sense? But it made sense as far as the story goes. And she has a moment with Peter to where if I was him, I would never forgive her, because she did that man dirty. Like, that scene, and if you saw it, you know what I'm talking about. That was cruel. It's funny because that scene kind of sets people up to be like, oh, okay, I see why people don't like mutants. But more importantly, there's another scene with her and Peter where they share a moment of just grief with each other. Peter's able to share his experience with her, and it's such a mature scene for Tom Holland's Spider-Man. It's such a adult, just very composed version of Peter Parker in just a way we haven't seen Tom Holland. I think this kind of maturity just allowed Peter to just be relatable and unique. It was just a really cool moment him and Jean Grey had at the end of the movie. This movie just made Tom Holland's Spider-Man just that much more likable for me. When I hear people say Tom Holland is the best Spider-Man, this movie made a strong case for that. Kudos to the writers of this movie, because this movie had so much going on. They were able to tell the story and mesh it all well together to where it just flowed well. The pace was good. Like, I didn't feel like rushed, or it wasn't too slow. Like, it was a really good movie. I can't say that much else more. I really enjoyed this film. The rating I gave this movie leaving out the theater versus how I feel about it now, being able to, sleep on it, I gave it an 8 when I first left. But after being able to think about the movie more and just sit with it, I give it a 9. Like, I love this movie. I went from liking this movie to loving it because how well written Peter Parker is. I like a Spider-Man story that kind of gives you Peter Parker first and then Spider-Man second. And I know the movie's more so about him balancing the two, but this was a Peter Parker story to me. I just really enjoyed that aspect of it, and the relatability of just not getting lost in your job, not getting lost in, hey, I'm just this thing that I do. No, I still have me that I have to worry about. I still have who I am at the end of the day that I have to look in the mirror and be with. And I like how Sadie Sink's Jean Grey challenges that. All of the characters, the side characters in this movie, challenges his identity. Sadie Sink's Jean Grey, Zendaya, Punisher, and Hulk, they all challenge these certain things about Peter Parker. Hulk being that more so aggressive nature, that mutation that Peter's trying to control. Punisher is helping him confront the loneliness. Zendaya helping him confront who Peter is, his makeup, him as a person. And Jean Grey as well being the other half of that challenge, just helping him confront who he is. It's such a well mirrored story. There's a lot of parallels in this story. I know I'm sounding like a film nerd and shit, but this movie just did a lot for me, man. Like, I really want to go see it again and just watch it again, bro. Like, kudos to Tom, kudos to Destin, kudos to everybody that worked on this movie. You did your job, and it is refreshing to see a superhero film like this. It really is. That's my review of Spider-Man Brand New Day. That's how I feel about it. I really enjoyed it. I mean, clearly I really enjoyed it, all the good things I said about it. Aside from that, I want to know what you guys think. How do you guys feel about Spider-Man Brand New Day? For those of you that haven't seen it, what are your expectations? I'm going to do a video probably ranking my Spider-Man films now that this movie is out. I was on the idea that this movie may be better than Spider-Man 2, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 2. I don't think I put it over that movie, but with more time, I think I could see myself saying this movie was better than Spider-Man Spider-Man 2. And that's a lot for me to say that. I love Spider-Man 2. Like, that is the best Spider-Man movie for me. This movie, the way it mirrored that movie as far as the identity crisis that Peter Parker was having, this movie just did it better. It just did it better for me. That's all I gotta say about Spider-Man Brand New Day. Like always, let me know what you think. And it's your boy Bloody Waters. Be easy.